We've talked to Naya. We've saved 2 scientists. Well, we haven't exactly saved them yet. We will, though. We will save them. The other scientist is in this building somewhere. We just need to figure... I think they're on an upper floor. I mean, we've pretty much cleared this this building out of any guards. Unfortunately, are they still out there? I don't know. I don't think I really want to bother checking. I'm sure that they are. Stupid camera. No, it's they looked in here. What is... Is it a door? Hold on. This almost seems like a door, but it is a door. Holy shit. It's like a secret elevator. Okay, we're coming back to this. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's for. But I feel like we've just hit the mother lode of secrets here. What else is going on around here? Delgado and the Stymaceiver. These are from a lecture given by, of course, who else? Who else but you? At the Bono at the U2 concert university in March 2016. Okay. Should I attempt my Hugh Darrow impression? I'd like to tell you about another research story I found absolutely fascinating. This one involves Dr. Jose Manuel Rodriguez Delgado, a person with a very extraordinary name. Very long. Tremendous name. Oh, that's Trump. A Spanish professor at physiology at Yale University. Delgado's research interest centered on using electrical signals to evoke specific responses in the brain. His earliest work was with cats, but later he performed experiments with monkeys and humans. Much of the experiments centered around an invention he called a Stymaceiver, a radio which joined a simulator of brainwaves to a receiver that monitored EEG waves before sending them back on separate radio channels. This allowed the subject of the experiment full freedom of movement, while also allowing the experimenter to control the experiment. Delgado used his Stymaceiver to simulate emotions and attempt to control behavior. In one test involving 4 patients, he simulated points in the amygdala and hippocampus to produce a variety of effects, including pleasant sensations, elation, deep, thoughtful concentration, odd feelings, super relaxation, colored visions, and other responses which may or may not rhyme. Delgado later stated that brain transmitters can remain in a person's head for life. Energy to activate the brain transmitter is transmitted by way of radio frequencies. Why? The way he sets it up, it almost seems like he's going to tell us a story that has a moral, when really what he's actually doing is just telling us a story that he kind of digs and doesn't really have a point other than he finds it interesting. I was expecting more from that, to be honest. Let's continue looking around up here. I know that we have the secret elevator, which we will definitely use in a moment. Before we go over the skywalk. But, candy bar. But I wanna get this. Wow, 352 credits just lying on the table? Jesus Christ, people. Injurian spam. Hey boss, just a heads up. but Cantrella's email account is getting Nigerian spam again. She swears she hasn't been using the tunneling. She hasn't been using the tunneling software or anything to access restricted off-site pages. And her logs check out clean. Advise? The fuck are we still getting Nigerian spam mail? Higgins, I want you to double-check the proxy stack and make sure it's operating on spec. If our security has been compromised in any way, I want to know about it now. We're sitting on some sensitive data here, boys, and Nigerians will be the least of our worries if our network is breached. Sensitive boys. I swear to God, I heard. I heard a sound behind me. I swear to God, I just did. Okay. Sir, you asked me to keep a close eye on electronic communications between our 5 newest arrivals. For the most part, they seem to be sticking to the guidelines you lay out for them, though there have been a few questionable comments directed to the team leader. I'm not too worried because she always warned them off immediately. Isolation seems to be working. For everyone except the Russian, that is. He's attempted more than once to hack through our restriction protocols and get messages to the others. I suspect he is going to become a serious problem. I'm keeping an eye on him. Very good, Lieutenant. I don't know what this guy sounds like. Keep me apprised. Supreme Excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. For now. It's not Bob Page. Although that kind of vaguely sounded like Bob Page. Bob Page. Oh, I have the password for this. Yes, I know. Access denied. Typo. Camera's off. Now I can run around as much as I want up here, which I sure as hell am going to do. Okay. I haven't even checked out the 3rd floor. The scientist is on the 3rd floor. I'm very curious to see where the elevator goes first, though, so I think that I'm going to go ahead and check that out. The Skyway, I believe, just goes to another building. Like, I could have, if I was smart and not stupid like I was, I could have used this Skyway to come over here instead of fighting my way through, like, 50 guys down in the lobby. Yeah. I don't even remember seeing this. And yet there it is. I don't know. I was being dumb is the answer to that question. They even told me about it too. I remember them actually like saying something like, you know, there's a Skyway that goes over to the other building, right? You can use that to be all sneaky. And I'm like, fuck that. Where is this going to go? I'm not gonna bother these people. They're just listed as civilians, so I don't think that they're gonna have anything to say anyway. Is that the other scientist? Did I literally just find like a back way up here? You know, as nice as this is. Well, I can talk to him and then we can do other stuff. I do want to like get out here and look at all these other rooms and stuff too. And odds are there's no guards anyway, so. What's in here? Look around before we talk to the scientist guy. Literally nothing except a computer. Fine. Dr. Reed, I don't mean to rock the boat, but maybe you should convince them to let you come by and check on my work in person sometime. I feel it's progressing in the right direction, but since I don't have any more access to the original Patient X files... the X files? I'm simply not sure if I'm getting the right mutagenic chemical composition. And you know how important that formula is when it comes to stabilizing the nerve interface connection. Without it, these biochips won't work at all. I hear you, Eric, and I understand, but I don't think they'll listen to me. It was hard enough convincing them to allow this level of interaction between us. Soldiers are used to being compartmentalized. I think everyone else should be able to work in the dark too, knowing only half the information. I am reviewing all your work though, so don't worry. I'll let you know if you're straying too far off. Eric! Don't know where they're keeping you, but rest assured you are not alone. I can't do a Russian accent, I just can't. Declan and I are being forced to work in the Microgen building, separately of course. But from time to time a passive cross, I intend to get us out of here. If there's any way for you to slip a note to the morgue, telling Declan where you are, then do it. Find a way to get you home, son. Stay strong. Strong like wool. 6-month war. I think we've seen this one before. Israeli-Palestine conflicts. You know. Eric!
What do you want? I told you people not to barge in here. Wasn't the new biochip design enough?
Dr. Koss, I'm here to get you out.
Jensen? From Sarif?
Yep, it's me.
But we were told we'd been written off.
Not exactly.
Listen, Jensen. They forced me to work for them. I didn't want to create the new biochip, especially since it was based on Sarif's research, but they didn't give me a choice.
No one doubts your loyalty, Dr. Koss. Do you know what they plan to do with this new biochip?
I'm not sure. They said something about having Tai Young Medical produce it and distribute it through Lim, but I can't be sure.
I've already been in touch with Colvin and Faraday, and we've come up with a plan. If the three of you set off simultaneous explosions in your labs, it might allow me to access the secured area and find Megan. Then we all get out of here.
Isn't that a little risky? Besides, how will we coordinate these accidents? It's impossible.
Maybe not. But it's that or staying here and eventually ending up like Dr. Savchenko.
They killed him, didn't they?
Yep. They did.
He kept provoking them, coming up with these wild escape plans. They try to keep us apart as much as possible now. All right, Mr. Jensen. I'm with you. What's our next move?
Listen, Dr. Koss. Dr. Savchenko had a plan to neutralize the GPL tracker.
Yes, he wanted to upload a viral program onto the security control computer to scramble all of their equipment. He gave me a copy in case
Nice.
anything happened to him. Here, I
Fortuitous.
never had the courage to use it. Besides, we had nowhere to go.
To be honest, do they actually have a way to go right now? I don't know, like, we can bust them out, but where are we taking them?
Dr. Koss, the bioship you mentioned was based on Sarif studies?
Yes, I believe so. At first I thought it was merely convergent research, but I've worked with Dr. Reed long enough to recognize her handiwork. Besides, I had been working on something similar back in Detroit.
And your knowledge of it made you invaluable here.
At least to a certain extent, it probably helped us all stay alive. But now with Dr. Shevchenko, I guess we've all become expendable. Except for Dr. Reed, I suppose.
Why do you say that?
It's more of a general feeling, I guess. Back in Detroit,
Getting that
we
feeling
all
too.
realized that we were on the verge of something groundbreaking. And here, well, everyone seems to view her research as crucial in some way.
That might explain why she's being held in a secured area.
Possibly. I'm just glad we're going home. It's kind of hard to believe.
Well, home might be a little bit of an overstatement. Odds are, even if I am going to be getting you out, you're not going to go home. You're going to be going to some kind of, like, secure facility. It's basically you're trading one prison for another because these people are probably not going to stop looking for you. Just letting you know. Don't get your hopes up, Eric.
The computer I need to upload this to, where's it located?
Vasily mentioned a tunnel near the back of the compound. I think it leads to the restricted area's security terminals, but, well, I've never used it myself. I wish I could be more helpful, or even go with you. But...
Okay. It's fine, I'll just have to find it.
Stay put, Dr. Koss. Once I upload this virus, you'll have to do your part. When you feel a vibration from your GPL, that's the signal to set off the explosion.
I'll wait, Mr. Jensen. But hurry.
Don't worry. We'll do it. But also, I am actually going to not hurry at all because I'm going to go back up here. I mean, I'm not killing any of them though, Rill. It's a non-lethal playthrough. I'm not gonna kill a single one. I'm just gonna knock them all out forever. into an unending sleep that will never cease. It's not killing them. So this is where I was, basically, the third floor. Secret elevator is nice, but unfortunately it doesn't help me because I want to explore. I want to look around. I want to see things. Omega Ranch. Omega Ranch makes it really sound like it's a kind of dressing. Mensa competition. I've seen that one. Govinda Meta. I really don't know what to do, so I know in my gut that the key to getting the SMI chip functional lies in the chemical matrix, but I can't seem to find the right neurostimulation patterning. Any ideas? You want my advice? Go see Jenny in the archives room. See if you can borrow the MK Ultra files for a few days. They weren't exploring the same ideas as you are, per se, and the techniques they were using were definitely more crude, but still, you might find something in the notes that sparks a new idea. Just a thought. MK Ultra. It's a bunny ranch. I wish this was a bunny ranch. MK Ultra, that's a real life thing, which I'm pretty sure I've talked about when we were playing the original Deus Ex, because it was mentioned there as well. Actual real life CIA experimentation done on humans, among others. I mean, they were doing a lot of stuff. It was like it's very much this, like where I am right now with all these scientists working on various, projects that may or may not be very moral and have a very focused goal of controlling people or affecting people in some way. That was it. To whomever felt it necessary to change my screen saver to desktop, something involving pornographic criminals for the third time this week. Checking software. Did you see this one already? Oh, this is okay, so these two were just talking to each other via email for some reason instead of just literally standing up and going to the next room. Okay. I need to go around the other way. It's the control panel's on the other side. Luckily, I've turned off all the cameras, so it's fine. Here's another room. A random scientist there that we are not going to bother, although we are going to use this computer. Excuse me. Just a second. Heard about Jorian's breakthrough. Hey, apparently Jorian and his team were finally able to make a bit of progress on the reproduction of higher tolerance DNA. From what I've heard, they've got access to samples that allowed them to make an incredible leap forward. It's not only about dealing with the rejection syndrome anymore, it's about nullifying it completely. Shouldn't have made that nanotech bullshit bet with him. I got a feeling you'll end up owing someone $200. Yeah, man, nanotech. Nanomachines, son. Just another random civilian. I'm not going to bother. I don't know why I'm walking. I'm being very RP right now. Like, I'm trying not to really bother the scientists. Interesting that we finally have, like, activity and people, doing stuff. I don't have to hack this at all, but I think that I want to.
Access granted.
I wanted the XP, basically. Okay, we're done here. What the shit am I doing right now? Do I have any points, by the way? I do actually have a point. I just don't need recoil compensation. It's just not something that I have a use for. Fortify also not really something I have a use for. Like I'm pretty hacky right now. I don't need any of these. I'm just not going to use them. I can start sprinting for longer, I guess. I don't want Typhoon. I don't need aim stabilizer. I don't think I need this, right? It's movement induced penalties. It's all movement, which I don't usually I'm not usually moving around when I'm doing that. See through walls. That's 2. Basically, do I want it to sprint for longer, or do I want to see through walls, or faster? Save it for now. We'll decide later. And then I didn't actually do what I was going to do. So I found all the scientists. Now I need to upload it to Central Security, which is in a tunnel in the back of the facility. Where would that be? Not this one, is it? Like, I'm pretty sure they don't mean, like, in this room. I'm pretty sure they mean... I don't think I actually explored around here. What are these? Checking to see if there's anything there. A lot of rooms that don't seem to have anything in them. I mean, usually I don't worry, I noticed it. Usually room at least has some kind of you know, I guess this goes outside. It has some kind of like loot in it, but okay. I mean, that's a quick way to get out. I didn't have to do that. But I did not have to do that. I assume this is where they were talking about. Nice facility. World Health Organization. This is a WHO. Oh yeah, we knew this is a WHO facility. Omega. I assume that this is where they want me to go, but holy fuck. I'm so lucky that I actually remembered to turn off the robots. This happened last week. I did that last week. This is the tunnel. My god, that would have been real bad for me. So if that's the tunnel I need to go to, which I'm pretty sure that it is. What's this? I only have the code for it. Woo! Ammo? Ammo? Crossbow. I don't really care about a crossbow. Again, if they had like trank bolts or something like that, I would be more interested in the crossbow, but they don't. It's crossbow is still lethal, it's just silent. What are these? It's just heavier. I do have a feeling like the game is trying to tell me that indeed you're about to fight something, and you should probably be pretty careful. Fair enough. It's fine. Let's... Ooh. I don't see anybody in here. What's this door? I don't want to see that door right there. Security bot. Yeah, that's gonna be a bad time for me if that thing wakes up. Then again, EMP grenade. Take care of it pretty quickly if it does. Hex. 2 places I need to go. nuke this. And let's also fortify it. Oh god. We're going to stop.
Access granted.
Okay, I mean, we still got the loop. It's fine. We are going to disable the robot, just in case. Already disabled, but it's fine.